So the siding is started. I hadn't got to do no videoing of them doing it. I got a guy doing it for me because they got all the equipment and everything to do it with. By the time I rented it and did it myself, it's just much easier to pay them to do it. He gave me a good deal on it, so couldn't turn it down. It's a local guy that we know, and he got the backside almost done. Get the rest of it done, then he got to get his metal brake to do the metal up there. He didn't bring it with him. He should get it finished up in the next couple of days, but turning out all right. Looking like a little cabin. That's the whole theme I was going for. That's why I'm doing the brown with the green roof and the doing the pine tongue and groove on the walls on the inside. I'm gonna get some a friend of ours actually that did the foundation. They got two big cedar trees they're getting cut down and pushed up, and they ain't doing nothing with them, so we're gonna ask the fella down there next to him. We asked the guy that did this. I guess he's kin to him or something. We gotta talk to him, see if we can get it. And the guy that did the rough cut for the one before us for the ceiling, see if it cut it up for us. I'm gonna build some shutters, which obviously the front mostly have it. I may put shutters on the back, I don't know. But either way, build some cedar, get him to cut some 1x6 pieces for us and build some shutters out of cedar and put some clear coat on them. Maybe do some clear epoxy so they'll last a long time, and won't have to worry about retreating them or nothing. But it's coming along good. Looks good. You know, they went around, put the J channel on everything first, doors, windows, etc. Where the doors in the top and bottom, because the windows already have, these windows have a channel in it kind of already. And he put boxes up like that for us around the outside outlets and the water spigots we got put on. But you know, corner pieces, looks good. And they use screws, and they leave a little gap. You know, they always say key to vinyl is leave a little bit of space so that the heat, when it can flex, then it won't bow up and look funny on you. And they use screws, and they left some gap in there. A few places ain't got a whole lot, but you know, it's got a little bit of gap in there, about probably quarter inch or so, or not quarter inch, about 3/16. But anyway, it's looking good. I'll next video will probably be when it's finished. I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. I'll say next video, next part of this video will be when it's all done. So they got the vinyl done. I didn't get any video of it other than what you just saw in the process, because I was off doing other stuff, trying to get some stuff done. But it turned out really good. They got this side. I don't remember if I mentioned this before or not, but anyway, they overlapped it this way, so when you're walking up you don't see the overlaps. And then they did this side lap this way, and the other side of the porch lap the other way, so when you walk out you don't see it. And then the other side of the house, and they lap this way, and then the front they lap going that way, so that when you walk up this side of the porch or the front, either one, you don't really see it. See, so it lays down all flat. And oh, that's just a burr they lapped it over. Anyway, so it looks good. They got it all done, did the soffit, got it. We already ran our wiring out there for the floodlights before they did the vinyl. It looks really good. I'm about to build scuttle hole doors and hang our porch swing, and that'll be it for this this particular video on the house build, because the rest of it will be from, I'm not going to video putting plastic. I gotta put plastic under there too, under the house for a moisture barrier. I'm not gonna video any of that, but yeah, I'll do some of the scuttle hole stuff, video that, but that's about it. Vinyl's done. I think he did a really good job. Just got to pay the man now, but he gave me a pretty good deal on it. So anyway, let me get started cutting these boards out for the scuttle holes. The first one is the bottom, well, the top should be the same. It's 40.5 inches wide. I'll get back there and show you in a second how I'm gonna do it. So here's my scuttle hole, crawl space door, whatever you wanna call it. So it's 40.5, and I cut like an 1/8 inch off of it, basically cut the line, so I can slide it in here easier. And I gotta get it, bump it on up in here, because I can move it by hand and just tap it in.
Just tap it in now. Hey, just tap it in.
Drill in just a little bit so that when I, drill on through in the concrete and then put my concrete screw, it's down, it's not sticking up out of the wood, it's flush in there. So bump it in there. Well, also I'm gonna put a bead, just because this is almost kind of flush with the ground. I'll put a bead of Lexel under there, put my board in there, drill my recesses in there. I still can't remember what they're called anyway. Drill my hole and then put my concrete screw in the block. So now I just want to make sure it's gonna fit just right, so I can do all that and get all my pieces cut out first. Let me get so I can get my measurement on the sides. Well, I gotta do my top first and then my sides. So I got the 2 crawl space doors done. Obviously I went and cut the frames out first. Then once I got them cut the right length, what we did was set them, use the factory edge of a piece of plywood, and I got some B-roll. Set it on there, clamp those 2, and then clamp the other side around, and then traced out around it so that the plywood was the same, as this, because it's not perfectly square. So we just did that. That way it'd be exactly the same size as this hole in the crawl space. And once we got that done, put a piece in the middle. We countersunk the holes. 1, because the screws we had wasn't quite long enough, and 2, so you don't hit it with your knee or crawling through or whatever. And screwed it down in 3 or 4 places along the side. I always put the top one first, and then the bottom one first, and the top one, and then come put these inside. Which the top ones we use regular deck screws. But and we put a bead of Lexel silicone around it. I'm gonna put it down, and then held this up here, and I kind of stuck a screwdriver up under the middle and just hold it up off the bottom while my dad screwed the hinge, and then come back with this. So I don't have a whole lot of video of that, so sorry about that, but that's just how we ended up doing it. And come back also, and in the cracks, kind of where there's some bigger gaps, put some silicone. I may come back and put like a strip right here, or maybe just a little block or something, so that when you close it from the inside, so that when you close this, it just stops where it needs to be, and you can latch it like that. But that's what it looks like. And then that's what the other one looks like. This one's a little taller than the other side. And so, like how I did those, we obviously, like I said, cut them out first and laid them there, screwed them all down. Then we measured for these, and it took off, obviously on these, it made take off for that, the width of the top and bottom one. And like I said, clamped it and cut it out on this one too. Did exactly the same way as the other one. But it works, and eventually these will get painted. When I paint the block, when everything else is done, I'm gonna paint the blocks, and those will get painted too. Got the porch swing hung up just for now. I ended up taking some 1x4s we did the stripping with, and which you can see where it started splitting, so I ended up putting 4, because I didn't pre-drill. If I'd have pre-drilled it, it wouldn't split. But anyway, just did that so that it would sit flush. Like this one was halfway on a strip, so I just drilled a hole on the end of it and cut it. So it was only half the hole, slid it up there and screwed it to match with that. And then this side was just 1 hole piece. Obviously drilled a hole right in the middle of it and stuck it through there, so that when the tin sets it up there, it doesn't bow the tin in, when you tighten it down. And I just got the nuts, excuse me, the nuts on top of the bolts hand tight, just so we can swing on it for now until we get get to doing the ceiling, then we take it back down and do the ceiling first, and then tighten it down tight where it's going to be permanently. And I like these springs. They had a kit. They had bolts and springs, but the springs only held like, I don't know, rated for like 200 pounds or something like that. And just me, I'm over 200 myself. So you put 2 or 3 people on, it's not gonna hold. But Ace Hardware had some big springs in there already. I just grabbed the biggest ones they had and used them, and it sits real comfy. But I guess that'll wrap it up for the vinyl and the crawl space doors and just that little miscellaneous. I just wanted to show that in there since I got it done. I like the swing a lot. I'm gonna come back and put a coat of polyurethane on it, just kind of seal it off, keep it from getting dirty. The kids jumped on it, got a little dirty. And I just keep the moisture off of it really, and keep it from getting dirt in it. It'd be easier to clean off. So just gonna show that. It's a cedar swing. But that's gonna wrap it up for this video. It's a short one. The next one will be plumbing.